Sports Jazz, hi everyone. It's been a minute. It's been a while. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, coming through with the Manchester United news. We have a lot of news. We have, of course, the dramatic Jaden. Some of you who follow TikTok know what I mean by Jaden. But yeah, we have the spoiled kid in Jadon Sancho, who has already, for those of you who understand, I mean, trying to congratulate Marcus Rashford on his debut playing for Aston Villa. Then he came with freedom in quotes, which I think was too low, really no class. I don't know whether it's the freedom that he's talking about that has made him only have one assist in 11 games, all competitions. That's how bad he is. And he's talking about freedom. I don't know whether he was in jail or whether Marcus Rashford was in jail, but we will come back to that later. And of course, we also have transfer news. Man United trying to finish, trying to finalize, trying to scout, trying to pick out players that they will be buying very soon, as soon as we close, or rather we end the season. Um, the transfer usually opens on 1st January. That's when it opens. But United is trying to finish all deals. They're trying to close in all deals before 1st January. And the first player on that radar is Giovanni Queda, a very interesting player, still young, 17 years old. He's a right wing back. Well, United already has Patrick Dogu now, although we saw him play as he's a left wing back, but we saw him play as a right wing back on his debut against what team were we playing against? Against Aston Villa. Yeah, well, no, sorry, against Leicester City. You know, I still don't understand Amorim, although he gave his reasons, but I mean, you've been crying for a left back all your life. You've been crying you need a left back, Left CB gets injured. Martinez is out for the remainder of the season. You have a left back, and you keep playing Dallo. Dallo, who cannot even cross chances, creates. It's very complicated. It's quite complicated. But yeah, um, later on, of course, we are going to be talking about. There's a new kid, Amir. He's very good, by the way. I don't know whether some of you have seen him. He's also a very good kid. We are going to talk about the players that are likely to leave Man United. That is Mason Mount. I don't know whether Luke Shaw will leave because I understand he's still under contract. I'm not certain whether he's going to leave. But yeah, Mason Mount, to me, I don't know if we can. He's also still under contract. If we can get someone to bang us 20 million pounds, I mean, I would take it in a heartbeat, because people still make excuses that it's his first season, but I think enough is enough. Enough is enough. So yeah, let's wait and see. Then the other one, sorry, the other one, I see United are interested in signing Atletico Bilbao sporting director Mikel Gonzalez. That is to replace Dan Ashworth. Remember, Dan Ashworth was fired, if I can put it right. And yeah, but real quick, let's first go back into the games that happened over the weekend. Of course, I'm talking about the FA, then right into the weekend. That is Man United playing against Leicester City at Old Trafford in a game that I thought was so boring. Really, a poor team versus a poor team. Both teams were so poor, very poor. I also understand the FA Cup draw is ongoing, and I'm going to be telling you who is going to be playing who. Today we also have Doncaster. Is it Doncaster playing against Crystal Palace later on? So yeah, it's a game that everyone is looking out for. Then we also had Aston Villa over the. You know what? Let me go through the matches. Starting with the one for Man United. Man City also. Man City had it was a bit of a scare for those of you that watched the game. That first goal, yeah, that first game was. I mean, it was a bit weird and scary, very scary. But yeah, they managed to come back and win, beat 2-1. But yeah, over the weekend or right before the weekend, we had Man United beating Leicester City 2-1 at Old Trafford. Again, I thought the game was so boring. United, through Maguire, scored the second goal that was pretty much offside. It shows you how struggling we are, how poor we are. In fact, Nick Stroy at the end of the game took a dig at us. He said, "No, that wasn't faggy time. That was offside time." So, I mean, we really need to improve a lot. I really think we didn't do so well. There's a lot of things to improve. The players are really so bad. I understand Casemiro wants to go to Flamengo. They've made an offer. United has already agreed to offload him. Okay, that is very good in terms of reducing your wage bill. But again, we don't have a replacement, so that is very risky. I'm not saying Casemiro is a player we can rely on. Of course, he cannot be relied on. He doesn't have the legs to run. His age. Anyway, he has won it all, done it all. So I don't think he really has that gas to still give you a very good game, especially considering the kind of formation that Amorim is playing. Yeah. Then of course we had a Leighton Orient hosting Man City. Scored that first goal, a very beautiful goal, but City managed to come back and win 2-1. Then we had I'm going to talk about only those big games. Aston Villa yesterday beating Tottenham Hotspurs 2-1. Yo, that was crazy. That's a very crazy game. I saw Spurs fans coming gunning for Postecoglou, but I wasn't really surprised. Do not forget we are playing Aston Villa next very soon in the EPL. We are still both are still those two teams are still poor teams. But let me concentrate on United. But then of course we had Liverpool being knocked out, top of the table of the Premier League, being knocked out by Plymouth, bottom of the table in the Championship. Literally a League One club to be, because I don't see them getting a miracle qualifying. Well, that was it. But yeah, once again, guys, please turn on the notifications. Thank you so much for tuning in, Isaac. Sports Jazz. Let's get right into it. And Manchester United, fifth round of FA, will be playing Fulham on the 1st of March. I repeat, Man United will be hosting Fulham 1st of March in the 5th round of the FA. Now, is it worrying that we're going to be playing Fulham? Not really, not really. But there are concerns that we're not so good. There are concerns that we're not going to deliver. There are concerns that the boys, the players are really poor, especially adopting to Amorim's system. I think the only player that has already adopted is Bruno Fernandes and Amad Diallo. Those two. Lisandro Martinez was also trying to do the same thing. I think it was about, if he had 4 more games, I think he could have fallen in line very well. He had actually already adopted, but something else was missing. But unfortunately, Lisandro Martinez got injured and he's out for the remainder of the season. Now, that was very bad news. Very bad news, especially for a player who was just getting back on his feet, because we remember he had Copa America, got back, got injured, was out for some months. He's getting back. He's starting to deliver, those beautiful crosses and passes that we're going to miss. And he gets a horrible injury that is going to keep him for the remainder of the season, keep him out. So quick recovery to you, Lisandro Martinez. But going back to the news, as I was saying, United will be playing Fulham. That's the draw. It just went on. It's official. United will play Fulham at Old Trafford in the 5th round of the FA Cup. Well, I hope we win, because I'm also thinking right now we have the FA and the Europa League Cup to win. The Europa League Cup is still crazy. There's still a lot of really tough teams. We still have Lazio in. Lazio is a crazy team. It can knock you out. It's a very beautiful team. We still have Athletic Club, very good team. So it's still tight that way. The other ones, I don't really see them as competition. Those are the only clubs that I see the competition. But are we prepared? That is the most important thing. Are we prepared for the Europa League to go through, win the Europa League? Because winning the Europa League right now should be Man United's focus. Winning the Europa League takes us directly straight, and we qualify into UCL Champions League. And if you qualify, you win the Europa League, you're getting some money. Qualifying for the Champions League, that is also money. So I don't know what's up. I don't know how Amorim is going to handle that. I hope he does. But I would so much love us to win the Europa League. The other cup, I would say, is the FA Cup. Of course, Liverpool is now, the treble is already off. At one point, there was that conversation of the treble. Is it the year? Is it the season for Liverpool to pull a treble? Well, there you go. It's knocked out by last bottom team in the championship, knocking out the Premier League boys, the Premier League bingwas. Yeah, so back to United. The two cups that I really think Man United should concentrate on right now is the FA Cup. Of course, the draw has just gone down. They'll be hosting Fulham at Old Trafford. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Then the other one is the Europa League. I really hope and pray that Amorim can focus on these two, because the Premier League right now, I don't think we can do anything to revive, to resurrect our position in the Premier League. I don't see us playing or performing or going past the 10th position. I think if we do best, if we go as much as trying, it could be the 9th or 8th position, honestly speaking. In fact, for that reason, they should do the top 10. Yeah, but United should concentrate on the Europa, as I've said. That's a direct qualification into the Champions League. There's also money, more sponsorship, the deals. Because I understand, if was it last season when we failed to qualify? I think if we had even failed to qualify for the Europa League, we're going to lose a sponsorship deal. I'm not so sure, but United should concentrate on the Europa. That's the first target Amorim should be looking at. The second one, of course, is the FA. You win the FA, that is also European football, Europa League. I mean, the only tough team right now left in the competition is Man City and Aston Villa. And Aston Villa is never even a tough team. Of course, I know they have Asensio right now. They have Marcus Rashford. But it's not a threat. It's not. I love Unai, honestly. I have Emery. I love him so much. I'm a fan of his tactics. But Aston Villa is beatable. I know they have very good players, but Aston Villa is beatable. So let's wait and see how things will go. But that's my opinion. That's what I think that Amorim and the club should be concentrating and prioritizing right now. Yeah. Okay. That was the FA draw. Man United drawing drawing against Fulham. Game first match, Old Trafford. There you go. And it looks like a sweet, easy ride. That's how it looks like. But going back to what we were talking about, let's go. News coming out is Casemiro is on the verge of joining Flamengo, and United will be ready to take care of majority of the wages, which is a good thing. Unlike the Marcus Rashford, I mean, which is a fair thing. But the beauty about the Marcus Rashford thing is Aston Villa is catering 75% of the wages, and it could rise up to 95% of the wages, considering how they are playing. Considering how they are playing. So let's wait and see how things will go. Hopefully everything goes as planned, and we play good football. But yeah, back to the Casemiro thing. Casemiro is on the verge of leaving. I really hope this is true. The only problem is with Casemiro leaving, we remain exposed. We do not have any backup. I mean, I think that's when Toby Collier comes in. That's when you have Toby Collier to come and chip in, because Casemiro is slow. He doesn't have the legs, again, to run, to play in the Premier League. The kind of formation that Amorim is playing, I really don't think it suits him. So if he's going to Flamengo, adios to Casemiro. It will be good, creating even more space, a relief of some of the wages. Because you see, Anthony is playing at Real Betis. For these last 6 months of the season, we are saving 1.5 million pounds. Now that's a lot of money. And remember, do not forget, Casemiro is the highest paid Manchester United player currently. Meaning, the second one was Marcus Rashford. Now, meaning if Casemiro moves out, yes, I understand we are going to be some of the wages, but Flamengo also takes care of some of the wages. Don't be surprised if we're saving more. Now, is it a good thing? Yes, it's a good thing that he's leaving. But in terms of squad, in terms of depth, we remain exposed if players like Ugarte, players like Kobe Mino are injured. Because Ericsson, bro, he's one of the players that I thought also should have left in January, but we didn't have suitors for him. I love Ericsson. I love Casemiro too, but I'm a huge fan of those players. Okay, in their prime, they really played what we call football. Casemiro has won everything. He has won everything. He has literally won everything. So I think it's not so bad if they move and create more space. I mean, we have kids, we have Sekou Kone. But by the way, I cannot wait for next season. I cannot wait for next season because I think I'm not thinking, but I know players like already Casemiro will be out of the picture. Ericsson will be out of the picture. Marcus Rashford is an obligation. Sorry, it's an option to buy. I'm not really so sure if I hope he plays well and Aston Villa pays up or coughs up the 40 million pounds. It will be really nice. Jordan Sancho, I'm going to come back to his silly post, but yes, 25 million pounds obligation to buy. That is already cleared off the table. I'm happy with that. We have players like Iceman, Victor Lindelof, who are going to be out of contract, running out of contract. Thank you, Victor Lindelof. He will also be leaving. You have more players like Luke Shaw. Again, as I said earlier, I doubt whether he will be leaving. Mason Mount, I doubt whether he will be leaving because I don't see anyone coming paying for Mason Mount. He has barely played. He has barely played. Tyrell Malacia, I hope he performs well at or rather in Netherlands at PSV and he stays that side. You know, we get some money for him. We get some quid for him. Which other player am I forgetting? A few other players, you know, that shouldn't be. Rasmus Højlund, honestly, I mean, he's still young. I know strikers. There are a lot of strikers at the age of 21, 22, 23 who are still struggling. And later on, they hit their peak. Maybe a loan deal. A loan deal. Joshua Zirkzee, he can stay as a bench player. Yeah, he can stay as a bench player. Which other player am I forget? Maguire. I understand the option to extend 1 year clause was triggered this I think last month, if I'm not so certain, or December. I'm not so certain, sorry. But yeah, it was triggered. But I would have loved for him to go, although currently he's doing so well. He's playing nice, he's commanding well, and I see some people, you know, spreading wogwash that he should be given the rather the armband again to be the skipper of the team. Well, no, no, thank you. But do I like what he's doing currently? Of course, I love what Maguire is doing currently. He gave us a good, beautiful winning goal against Leicester City matches. It was an offside. I love that. So in terms of squad depth, if all these players leave, Casemiro goes, this one goes, we are saving a lot of money. You are saving a lot of money, and those that are coming in are not going to be given those huge, funny wages because of PSR. You get it? So we have Patrick Dogo. I understand he's only earning now 40 million, sorry, 40,000 per week, depending on how he plays at the end of this season, the last remaining months, 6 months. That will trigger some to increase, you know, more, maybe stretch to 70. You know, so I'm happy with those contracts. I'm telling you, if Dogo was walking in right now, he would be on 180. He would be on 180, earning 180. Those are some of the reasons. You look at Anthony, you know, still, I think he's also being overpaid. He didn't do so well. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how things go. I wish all the best for Casemiro in Brazil. I hope he does well that side. But it will be a good thing if he's shipped off and we create some space. Yo, Sinan, what up? What up? I'm riding solo today, Sinan. I'm riding solo as always. Josh is somewhere hiding. He's really not, he knows he's not so good, you know, when it comes to taking in the truth. He knows currently we are struggling. He knows currently we are struggling. But yeah, United, that's it. Casemiro to Flamingo. That is one deal that is likely to happen. But I also know Sporting Lisbon wants around 67 million pounds for Usame Diamande. And I understand Chelsea and Man United are both interested in the player. Queda, we really stand a strong chance to bring Queda to Man United, 50 million pounds, or rather 40 to 50 million pounds next season. I hope it comes through. I mean, our backline, the wing backs would be really nice because he's strong, 17 years old, still young. He has the physicality. He can run, he can pass, he has the energy, he has the gas. He's an engine, bro. He's an engine, just like Patrick Dogu. You saw the first 45 minutes playing against Leicester City. He's a beautiful player, much as it was played out of position, but I love the energy. And I anticipate he's going to turn out a very, very, very important player for Man United. Which other player? Gyökeres, by the way, there is rumor of Victor Gyökeres coming to Man United in a 55 to 60 million pound deal. I don't know how true that is. Would I love that? I would so much love him to come and join Man United. I think it will be a great deal. It will be really, really a great deal. And after all, he has played under the manager, so he knows the manager very well. I would love that. To me, what Man United need this summer, first of all, it's another wing back. We've talked about Quader. That will be a nice one, right wing back. It will be a nice one. We need a striker. We are wasting chances. We are not creating chances. We are so poor in the final third. We need a striker. And to me, I only have two options. I have Newcastle's Isak, Alexander Isak. I think he would be brilliant. Already EPL built, you know, beautiful foot. He knows how to score goals. The other one will be Sporting Lisbon's Victor Gyökeres. Those are my only two picks. There are players in South America, but because we don't give it so much time, but I understand there are players that side, there are players that side. But those are my only picks for the striking position. I mean, someone who can come in and convert chances, not waste chances, not fluff chances. Someone with that killer instinct in front of our opponent's goal in the final third. Of course, a ball carrying career number 10 would also be very good. I think if we got one, it would really help. I don't know who you see, but to me, players that would execute that position, Musiala would execute that position, but of course, Bayern Munich cannot let him go. Bayern Munich cannot let him go. Yeah, they cannot let him go. But he's a very, very good player, an incredible player. Then a midfielder. Oh, yeah, we need a midfielder who's good on the ball and makes decisive passes. We need one. We need a midfielder, bro, to partner Ugarte. Someone was bashing. Some of Man United fans were bashing Ugarte against when we were playing against Leicester City in the FA on Friday, but I don't think it was fair, honestly. The whole team is not really up to the standard, so I don't think it was fair. But I think if you paired him with another very good player like Ederson, imagine having a midfield of Ederson and Ugarte. That would be splendid. I'm telling you, that would be incredible. And of course, going on, a white channel defender who's strong in possession and the build-up play. By the way, I think that player, someone who has that kind of character, is Lisandro Martinez to me. Yeah, he's Lisandro Martinez. But yeah, we actually need two more CBs. We need two more CBs. I mean, that's what I think really United need in the summer. Those are some of my picks. I don't know how United, I don't know who or how United is going to play that up, but they should find a way, on how to settle that. Because, man, we need players. We need Quader. If you have Gyökeres, if you have Ederson, you can have Braithwaite. Braithwaite. I also think he's a good player, but the only problem is so outpriced. Maguire at Crystal Palace, I love him, but I think he's really, really outpriced. I don't know how, because Newcastle sent around 3 bids to Crystal Palace, but they still managed to turn it down. So, well, but yeah, we need defenders, we need CBs, we need another wing back. Quader, I think, fits the profile. We need a striker with a killer instinct to get us goals. It would be really an upgrade on that. It will be an upgrade. And strikers, I mentioned Gyökeres. There's also a Canadian Jonathan Davis, Isak Alexander, EPL built again. I mentioned him. He would be a splendid signing, but he would cost around 120 to 150 million pounds just for Newcastle to blink and you're like, oh, hey, you want to take him? Okay, come, let's sit on the table. So That's the only problem. Uh, Number 10 role, I talked about Jamal Musiala, who I don't see coming through, but Leos, a player like Sane, I think Sane would come through, and he's likely to leave Bayern Munich at the end of this season. He's likely to leave Bayern Munich, and I think he would be a great player. He would be really, really a great player for him. But yeah, with Dogu right arriving at the wing back, sorry, as the left wing back, top priorities for the summer should be the left CB because we have to replace Lisandro Martinez, and on top of that, he'll be coming back from an injury, long time injury. CM, left number 10 behind the striker, and of course the striker. You know, and speaking about left center back, of course we also have Aiden Heaven, but he's not yet. He's not yet. He's still lacking. He still needs something. You know, he still needs to he has to be integrated into the team. It takes some time to walk straight into the first team, and make wonders. But another player, I would maybe pick Nico, the one for he has a funny name. Is it Skolterbeck? Skolterbeck, Nico Skolterbeck, yeah, something like that. Sorry if I pronounce it poorly. At Borussia Dortmund, I think he would be a great player, strong. He's an athletic, progressive left back to partner Lenny Euro. It will be really nice, and he ticks the ball at the age of 25. I really think he's already hitting his prime, so he would be a good replacement, a good player to partner and rival Lisandro Martinez in that position of the left center back. Because I like how he's quick, by the way, dominant in duels in the air, excellent in ball progression, and he covers the ground so well. So Nico Skolterbeck, yeah, I would so much take him. So much take him, because imagine, like, right now in this situation we're in, we do not have a left center back. He's out. Lisandro is out for the remainder of the season. You have Luke Shaw, toilet paper bones. The moment he comes back again, he goes back to the sick bay. Not worth our conversation. Yeah, now I'm bringing you the profiles. Of course, Atlanta's Ederson as the attacking midfielder or as the central midfielder, I think it would be so good. Ederson will be a nice one. With Bruno, first deeper and Minor still developing, United need a well-rounded midfielder to partner Ugarte, and this is where Ederson comes in. He brings the ball, carrying the ball. He's a playmaker, box crashing ability, defensively, he's disciplined. I think he's one of those players that we do need at Man United, to help us. Sinan says, Isaac, a win is a win since we are not referee. He's talking about the game against Leicester, where I was saying Maguire, that was an offside. That is true. And I take that win humbly. I'm humble. I don't want to be played that song of Stay Humble of Kendrick Lamar after we lose, and I've been making a lot of noise. So yeah, a win is a win, Sinan. Yeah, back to Ederson, still 26 years old. In his peak years, he has experience in high intensity. The formation that we're playing right now is the same formation at Atlanta, and it would cost around 35, or rather 33 to 45 million pounds. I think he's a realistic. He would be a realistic addition. Who brings quality, and that quality would help fix Man United's midfield, probably even balance it. So I hope that also comes through. Matthews Cunha at Wolves, of course, left number 10, playing as a left attacking midfielder or behind the striker. By the way, yeah, behind the striker, I think it will be great coming from the left. EPL built already. To me, I think he's one of those players that United really need in the left 10 role. His experience in the EPL fits the system so well. By system, I mean Amorim's system. And he's a creator, a scorer, thrives in tight spaces, and he's a good box-to-box crusher. With 11 goals already and 4 assists this season, I think he would be a great addition to Man United. Although he just signed a new contract and his release clause, his release clause is 62.5 million pounds. But I think if we got him, I mean, if you got him for that money, we got Ugarte when he had just signed for PSG. So if we can get Matheus Cunha to come in as to play and chip in that left 10 role, I think it would be a great signing. Or EPL proven, 11 goals and 4 assists already. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. Then, of course, my favorite, Victor Gyökeres as the striker. Ooh, I would love this. I've talked about Isak Alexander, but I would love Victor Gyökeres as much as he's not EPL proven, because he understands very well the kind of formation that Amorim is trying to implement at Carrington. So he would fit in so well. He's already played with the manager. They know each other very well. By the way, one would argue that Joshua Vegos, those players that Ten Hag kept on signing, also knew the player. And the manager knew the players very well. Vice versa, the players knew him very well. But what happened? Sinan says, at least there is no VAR at this stage. But what about West Ham? West Ham gave which had VAR, but the referee did nothing. I know. I don't know. I hope you're talking about the game where we lost to West Ham and they fired Ten Hag. Josh has never gotten over that, being a Ten Hag guy. But yeah, Victor Gyökeres to me is a no-brainer to join in Man United, because we need a reliable goal scorer, a poacher, a hungry player who really wants to score goals, and he fits that profile. He's a perfect fit, big, fast, dominant, also knows how to win duels, clinical in front of the goal, and at 26 years old, to me, I think he's already in his prime and has already exploded under Amorim with 77 goals and 22 assists at Sporting Lisbon. Oof! That would be superb. That would be a superb addition. I mean, he already knows the system. Great relationship with the manager and his assistants or his backroom staff. And that 80. I think I'd said earlier 60, but I think it would stretch to 80 plus add-ons. But I trust Omar Berada. He could get him for 60, 65 million pounds. Then the last one, of course, Giovanni Queda, the boy who has been on everyone's lips. I love him. I love this wing back. He's also playing at Sporting Lisbon, a massive talent, 17 years old, and a perfect prospect for the left wing back or right wing back. He can feature anywhere, just like you see Patrick Dogu. So if we get that, that means we've secured and we've finalized the wing back positions, because Queda is exactly the kind of signing that would try to have things turned around at Man United. And it will be a great summer having him join United, especially with his elite potential that he shows every time he's attacking and playing defensive. He's an incredible player. We saw David Austin saying that United are actively exploring a deal of 33 to 40 million pounds price tag just to get him next season, in the summer transfer. And I think with his versatility and raw ability and high ceiling, United should finalize this deal as soon as the season ends. Right away, they should finalize the deal right away. I mean, pull the trigger as soon as possible. So I've talked about the major players. I've talked about Queda. I've talked about Matheus Cunha. I've talked about Victor Gyökeres. I've talked about who's that other player? I've talked about Nico Skolterbeck, as the CB left center back. Then Ederson as well, at Atlanta, coming in as midfielder CM. It would approximately it would be 250 to 70 million pounds. And now I know we have PSR, okay? That means we also have to sell players. I'm talking this assuming we sell Marcus Rashford 40 million pounds to Aston Villa. Already 25 million pounds obligation to buy for Chelsea. It's already in the bag. I'm hoping we get a few other players that we can sell, players like Tyrell Malacia. I don't know. Let's wait and see, guys. Let's wait and see. But yeah, that would be a really, really huge budget and money spent. But if United really want to compete at the highest level, it's smart they do that. Let them offload players, get profits. They already have a good structure in terms of age bracket, the kids they have, like Diallo, Rasmus himself, Ganacho, Kobe Mino, um, who else? All those kiddos. Toby Kolaya, Seko Kone, Aiden Heaven, Patrick Dogu. All those players are very, very good. Lenny Euro, the age bracket is amazing. The age bracket is amazing. So those kids, Harry Mas, I know he's also somewhere. Um, Chido Obi Martin. How could I even forget about Chido Obi Martin? To be honest, I really want him to sign this. Sorry, at least to get some minutes this season, but I do not think that is going to happen. So I'm imagining if I have my first 11 and I have Onana, I have Delict in the middle, I have Lenny Euro the other side, and Skolter back. Okay, let's assume Lisandro Martinez is back, but with this, let's assume he's not around and Skolter back. Then in the midfield, you have Ederson and Ugarte. Bro, wing backs, you have Kueda, you have Dogu. Do not forget, we also have Diego Leon, by the way, 17. I think he just made 18 now. Incredible player, left back position, left wing back. Yo, it will be nice. It will be nice to sell these players. It will be a really, really great prospect. Sinan says United can't play at United. By the way, now that you've talked about United, Sinan, real quick, but before we get to that, Sinan, let me show you something. Summer sales, for me, the summer sales reshaping the squad and wage bills. Marcus Rashford, 40 million pounds, that will be pure profit. You'll be offloading 325 per week off the books, and the club and manager, it seems like they've already decided to move on without him. Jadon Sancho, as I've said already, it's already confirmed. It's an obligation to buy 25 million pounds, another 250k offloaded. Then you have Ericsson, Evans, free transfers, a combined 325 k per week off the books. Wow. Casemiro, I don't know if he's going to go for free, but his wages are highest earning player right now, 350,000 per week. Those wages are unsustainable. Seriously, I don't know whether he's going for free at the end of the season. I don't know whether we're going to get someone to buy him. Let him bring any amount, and we let him go. Would I like to see Anthony joining Real Betis on loan or any other club on loan? Well, I don't mind. I wouldn't really mind. I wouldn't mind Anthony. I don't know if we could get 25 to 30 million pounds, that would be a good one. Tyrell Malacia, 5, 8, 7, 10 million pounds. I have no problem with it because he's already at 70k. Or rather, in other words, 70k per week would be saved. Rasmus Hojlund, as I said at the beginning of the stream, a loan move for Rasmus Hojlund would be very nice. I mean, he's at 85k per week. I mean, salary could be, you share wages, and United could share some. I mean, pay some or majority, like how it is with some of the players. But as I've said, you give him a benefit of the doubt. He's still young. Strikers don't just hit the pitch just like that. It takes some time. So yeah, maybe Alejandro Garnacho. There were a bit of mixed feelings whether he should be sold or he shouldn't be sold. But to me, I think he should stay. If he's willing to improve, if he's willing to adapt, to what the manager wants, if he's willing to respect the manager, I think he should say he should stay. And to me, I think he's worth 50 to 60, actually, it's 55 to 70 million pounds. If Napoli want to come back, come take him. Then we have 50k off our books, and that will be approximately 160 to 180, 85 million pounds raised in wages. 1.56 per week saved per week. That would almost 81, 82 million pounds a year saved in terms of wages. So yeah, we can't wait for that massive clear out. We cannot wait for that massive clear out. I think it will be a good one. Let's just wait and see, guys. Let's just wait and see how things go. I hope United, they surprise us. They do us something good. And there was reason of rumors just said that United were monitoring the situation of Atlanta's Argentine striker Mateo Retegui. What's up with us poaching Atlanta players? We already have Amad Diallo. There's rumors of United going in for Ederson. Now Mateo, come on, guys, come on, come on, come on, come on. Then let's go to the last bit of the stream. I wanted to talk about Jadon Sancho's freedom message to Marcus Rashford. Now we all know Aston Villa was playing against Tottenham Hotspurs yesterday in a game that they managed to win 2-1. Now, of course, Rashford came, had his debut. I had rumors he had done so well. I watched the game. I think that's Rashford. I'm not being salty. I think that's Rashford. That he had a good game and all that, the energy, the wanting and all that, the passion. But I think, of course, it's the first time you want to impress, you want to show everyone that the other side it wasn't working out. What do you expect? That's it. But I've seen that Rashford before, so he doesn't really cut it for me. But and I love Rashford. I hold nothing against him, and I wish him all the best. But you have a flop in Jadon Sancho, who came to United. Was it 72 to 75 million pounds in a deal under Ole? That time under the Ole regime or era. Counts for that huge amount, and he barely plays so well. Pushed out on the loan. Actually, even before that, Ten Hag comes in, tries to also get him back on track. He fails. Throws him away, or pushes him to go to Dubai for a retreat, trying to 2 weeks, 7 to 14 days, try to recreate, trying to get the energy and find peace and for a player get back on form. Nothing happens. He's sent to Borussia Dortmund. He had a fair game or season, comes back at Old Trafford, and he's again sent on loan at Chelsea with an obligation to buy 25 million pounds. So Rashford yesterday uploading and thanking the Villa fans for the warm reception that he had received, and for Sancho to come out and say freedom, I think that was weak. You know why? That was weak. Jadon Sancho this season, out of 11 games in all competitions, has only 1 assist against Crystal Palace. How poor can you be? And you're bragging. You're trying to taunt the club that did everything for you just for you to get back on road. Come on, man. That is not cool. That is not cool. That is not cool at all. I mean, he's a spoiled kid. That is not cool. And I have no pity. I have no pity. Chelsea fans are already contemplating the game against Brighton, FA. Chelsea fans are saying he didn't put up a show. Sancho has been frustrating the last few games, and he failed to put on a show. Do I blame them? No, I don't blame them. They are right. Sancho can be a prick at times, man. Because let me give you a scenario. Both Sancho and Amad Diallo were frustrated that during Ten Hag's era, Anthony was getting more game time than them all, And what happened? Amad just stayed quiet. He was like, you know what? I'm quiet. I'm going to work hard. I have to make an impact. And for whatever means, I have to break through. And that's what he did. Right now, he's one of those players, key players for Man United. For Man United, he's one of those key players. As for Sancho, in contrast, he refused to play for the club for 4 months, fell out with the manager, and despite being fully supported the previous season when given some time off to Dubai, it seems like he never sees the opportunity to be that player that Man United wanted him to be. And his performance, as I've said again, currently at Chelsea really suck. They're not so good. They haven't beaten my expectation or anyone's expectation. On the other hand, Amad is taking the shine, bro. Starboy, he's lighting up there. He's thrilling to watch. Sorry. So both deserved more chances under Ten Hag. One of them did so well, and the other is acting a kid. How do you say freedom? Is Man United a jail that you have to say freedom? Was Marcus Rashford in jail, or were you in jail? Why would you be? That was really so poor. That was so poor from Jadon Sancho, and I hope he finds it in his heart to think with his brain and stop doing such things. Because I know you love social media, but I'm waking up in silence as you popped like a freedom word. I don't understand that. He was at Man City at one point. Do you know that? He fell out with Pop. By the way, people do not know that. Sancho had issues. Of course, he didn't have issues at the start of Man United. You know, they were already visible. He didn't have issues at Man. Sancho did not have issues at Man United alone. During his time as a teenager at Man United at Man City in 2017 July, he was left out of the City squad preseason squad. Yeah, sorry, he was left out of the preseason squad after demanding after demanding guarantees of more game time in his new contract, demeaning the manager's authority. You know, that is disrespectful. And instead of fighting for his place, he refused to train with with the team. And after, when Guardiola was asked, he said, "I don't know." He didn't want to take the challenge. This opportunity to discover if he was that he didn't want to take the challenge and the opportunity to discover if he was able to. So he let him go. You know, he had to let him. At Borussia Dortmund, Jordan Sancho was only 19. He was only 17 to 19 at City. So, okay, one could give him a break right then that he was a teenager. So, okay, he was young, mistakes are made and all that. But he had a fresh start at Borussia Dortmund. I think so far his best stint was at Borussia Dortmund, But some of the, I'll highlight a few issues. In October 2019, he was fined 100,000 pounds for turning up late from international duty, and no excuse, no communication had he given. It was just that he just showed up late to training after the England duty. The manager, was it Lucien back then? He was very, very upset. Dropped him from the squad for a key game against Gladbach then, and a massive fine. But it looks like he didn't learn. COVID time, June lockdown, Sancho again. I think with the likes of Manuel Akanji were fined for violating COVID restriction by getting haircuts at home. By then they were not allowing anyone even to come through. But here's Sancho again. At one point, Emre Can at Borussia Dortmund told him publicly to grow up. That is another red flag at Sancho. So, yes, at Dortmund, he had the freedom to trust, and he was loved and all that. He did. He had a great time at Dortmund, but also he had discipline issues that followed him all over. England, the same thing. At club, Sancho. At club level, Sancho issues with discipline, training habits, and professionalism were already well documented. But did things improve after? No, I don't think. He was left out due to the poor form in the Euro 2020. By the way, for those of you that don't remember, and despite the talent he had back then, somehow towards the Euro 2020, it dipped. The talent dipped. He barely played for England at the tournament. And Southgate was blunt when asked. He was like, the other attacking players in training were really at a higher level, were really showing game. So there is no way that we could have kept him. But anyway, real quick at Man United, I'll skip a few things. At Man United, Sancho's disciplinary and attitude issues followed him from Man City to Dortmund, and he arrived at Man United. And ever since he arrived at Man United, looks like nothing has changed. Ten Hag tried. We've said what he tried to do. That's it. It fails. Matic at one point exposed Sancho's poor standards. When he revealed that both Sancho and Portugal and Pogba back then were constantly late in training. So you can imagine Sancho, Lingard. By the way, Sancho is going to end up like Lingard. I'm telling you, he's going to end up Rashford too if he's not careful. First season under Eric Ten Hag, you're getting all that money and you're doing funny things. You don't want to play. You get a 3-month off. Special treatment from a manager who even sends you to Netherlands. To work with your personal trainer and mentor coaches. I understand. I think he also flew to Dubai at one point, but most of the time he was in Netherlands, completely out of the spotlight. But you still fail to redeem and find yourself. Where you are, there is no pressure. There is no media. You just need to reset, factory reset. But he failed. 6 months later, fast forward 6 months, Ten Hag has had enough and he's benching him off. and that's it. Now we have Ruben Amorim, and it's the same thing. He's at Chelsea, 1 assist out of 11 games, all competitions, and you're here causing us trouble, causing us drama, and you're saying freedom like you were in jail, bro. I also in jail at Chelsea. Anyhow, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. It's been a pleasure. Isaac, that was me giving you all news, everything that you needed to know about Man United today. Please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. I'll be back later tomorrow. Take care, please. Cheers, man.